I'm talking about going down there and having some fun. Maybe with someone special.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most alluring ladies from the collective DC universe.
You want to go a few rounds with me? I am talking about sparring.
Number 20, Miss Martian. Martian Manhunter isn't the only green-skinned good guy in DC. The white Martian name Megan Morse goes by numerous other monikers, from the Earth name of Megan Morse to her official DC moniker of Miss Martian. She's a somewhat obscure character who's nevertheless appeared in other media, specifically the Supergirl franchise. This is fitting since Morse's origins basically stem from creator Jeff Johns being denied permission to use Supergirl in a story. Speaking of which, fit is a useful word when describing Miss Martian, both concerning her physical beauty as well as her keen fashion sense. There's just no other way to say it. We'd love to explore strange new worlds with this Martian.
Together. Get out of my head!
Number 19, Stargirl. Jeff Johns has created several popular DC characters over the years, but he brought up personal attention to detail when it came to Courtney Whitmore, aka Stargirl.
Eat my sparkles, turtle!
Johns designed this superhero in tribute to his sister, who died tragically young on board the doomed TWA Flight 800. This nobility and bravery translates to the character of Stargirl, a plucky and winsome young woman who takes on the mantle and responsibility of being a starman from fellow superhero Jack Knight. Stargirl's inner beauty shines through in her selflessness and desire to help others, and this certainly goes a long way when it comes to being naturally confident and attractive.
For the record, I don't have powers, potty mouth. It's the staff.
Number 18, Lois Lane.
Who told you to wear a tie?
They say that a classic never goes out of style, and this definitely applies to the legendary Lois Lane. This intrepid reporter may be an icon from the love interest in peril stereotype from back in the day, but this does little to damage Lois Lane's longevity. Her self-assuredness and determination to get a story, leaning into Lane's independence from Superman. Indeed, it's probably one of the things that attracted Clark Kent to Lois in the first place. Well, that and her killer legs. This list, by design, is going to be fairly focused upon characters being alluring and sexy, but it's also important not to lose sight of how characters like Lois Lane are interesting people first and dream girls second.
I've ripped enough blazers running after stories that I'm always prepared.
Number 17, Huntress. Many women have adopted the mantle of Huntress over the years, with the character's popularity enduring to the modern day.
Where are we going?
Don't ask so many questions.
Helena Wayne is an alternate version of the character, a child of Catwoman and Batman that embodies some of the best physical attributes of both DC legends. A separate Huntress, Helena Bertinelli, doesn't hold the same Wayne parentage, but retains similar physical charms. It's essentially a Sophie's choice between these two Huntresses, since we love how both balance physical capability with outfits that enhance the character's formidable strength. What can we say? We like to be dominated.
Which leaves the rest of our evening tantalizingly free.
There are 3 terabytes of data here. I'll be busy for days. Oh, dinner and a movie?
It's a start.
Number 16, Hawkgirl. It's a long and established comic book trope to gender swap a popular superhero in the hopes of gaining readership from the opposite sex. This thankfully doesn't damage Hawkgirl as a character, however, since nobody this tough is going to shy away into the backroom wallpaper. Hawkgirl is another character with a long and storied history, a warrior with genetically engineered wings that enable her to soar the skies. She's sometimes analogous to Hawkwoman, while the Kendra Sandra's iteration leans into the character's Doctor Who-esque reputation for death and regeneration/reincarnation. Hawkgirl is cool as hell in any timeline, and we love following her adventures.
Where are you gonna go?
I don't know. Someplace where the fate of the world isn't in my hands. Someplace where there are no more secrets, no more lies.
Number 15, Mary Marvel. It seems as if the word Marvel will always surround characters from both of the big two comic book companies, but we're not complaining.
But I had the power, or, a third of the power anyway, of, well, I can't actually say it myself.
Not when we have this compatriot of Shazam, Mary Marvel, on our side. This member of Shazam's extended family dates back to the 40s era Fawcett comics and features a design that's seen little tinkering over the years. Mary Marvel is usually depicted with the same bright red color palette as her old school canonical brother, only Shazam's skin-tight suit is replaced by a short skirt. The yellow gold boots tie together the ensemble, which is essentially a keenly retro depiction of feminine glamour, tied together by Mary Marvel's absolutely gorgeous smile.
Are you okay, Batman?
Number 14, Knockout. The 90s era of comics is, depending on who you ask, one of the best or worst decades for the medium.
I haven't worn this since I escaped from Apocalypse. What do you think? To Wonder Woman?
We tend to fall into the former camp thanks to characters like Knockout. This red-headed badass may sport a mask, but there's no denying the physical charms of this female fury. Knockout is usually a villain or anti-hero, the latter usually as a member of the Secret Six. She's also notable for being polyamorous with another member of the Six, Scandal, and, a stripper. We're not here to judge, but rather just to admire how Knockout kicks butt, takes names, and steals hearts. Number 13, Killer Frost. Cold as ice, but hot to the touch. That's how we prefer to fantasize about Killer Frost. It doesn't matter if we're talking about Louise Lincoln, Crystal Frost, or Caitlin Snow. There's something alluring about the look but don't touch nature of this dangerous villain. Killer Frost isn't above making the most of her feminine wiles if it means that she's able to get the job done. That said, her powerful abilities as a manipulator of heat energy definitely earn our respect. We're fine just admiring from afar how Killer Frost's devilish smile and, we're going to go with hot body here just for the sake of puns, get our temperatures racing.
I'm listening.
Number 12, Supergirl. Never underestimate the power of a miniskirt, or at least when it comes to Helen Slater's portrayal of Kara Zor-El, aka Supergirl, in 1984. If we're being honest, however, every artist's depiction of Supergirl looks great, because the character is great.
Pylon biography Ekuru. Kara Zor-El set Temon dead. Get of Kit again.
It would have been very easy to simply present Kara as a reductive Superman clone, but her personality shines through in her own right. This allows the creative freedom behind Supergirl's attire, beskirted or not, to work hand in hand with the admirably heroic traits within her heart. Sure, Supergirl is sexy as hell, but she's also a formidable role model that earns our total respect.
I was stopping bad guys. That's what we do, right?
Stop them, not scramble them.
Don't lecture me, Cal. I'm still older than you.
Number 11, Barbara Gordon. Viewers of a certain age will probably remember how actress Yvonne Craig brought her generational beauty and dance training into the role of Barbara Gordon on the 60s Batman TV show.
As long as you're holding class as Penguin, perhaps you'd include Batgirl too.
Craig's performance was never forgot, and her grace worked hand in hand with Gordon's memorable history with DC Comics. It doesn't really matter whether she's working as Batgirl or Oracle. This daughter of Commissioner Gordon is determined to stand on her own, away from the shadows of her father and Batman. Intelligence, after all, is totally sexy, and Barbara Gordon can always be relied upon in a time of crisis. Number 10, Black Canary. The human mind can be a complex thing when it comes to attraction. Sometimes we can be disarmed by another's beauty, or be swept off our feet in terms of idealized romantic love.
My heart bleeds. Black Canary.
Green Arrow. I've noticed you around.
I know.
Other times, though, our animal instincts creep in and we're consumed by lust. This, in a nutshell, describes Black Canary, a DC Comics character that always seems to exude sex, like some sort of feral pheromone. The form-fitting outfit, complete with fishnet stockings, asserts how Black Canary is comfortable with her body, while her strengths as a superhero keep at arm's length any creeps that might get too close. This Canary is also confident and cocky, however. We don't for a minute dream of line-stepping DC's resident bad girl. Number 9, Talia Al Ghoul. This is a DC comic book character with legs, in both the literal and figurative senses. Talia Al Ghul's physical charms are undeniable, and she's often had a seductive relationship with Bruce Wayne and Batman.
I know you loved her, but I cannot believe you did not save a picture of me as well.
This villainess also remains an ever-present threat within the comics, however, proving that Talia was no flash in the pan. The fact that her strengths remain in the everyday real world also proves how formidable she is as a character. Talia Al Ghul possesses brains and beauty, never relying on gimmicks or superpowers to prove her worth in the DC universe.
It made you romantic.
It made me do what you wanted.
Was it all bad, beloved?
Number 8. Raven. There's something to be said about the enduring popularity of Raven as a DC Comics character. Her origins date all the way back to 1980. Yet Raven's ability to adapt and progress with the times has led to a loyal fan base.
I'm not creepy. I'm just different.
And what's not to like? Her supernatural origins make her mysterious, while her fashion sense ties into cool goth subculture tropes successfully. Raven is, for lack of a better word, cool. She's also beautiful and in touch with her emotions, literally, because being an empath is a huge part of her powers. Meanwhile, Raven's uniquely quirky personality makes her utterly charming to anyone lucky enough to cross her path.
A lock of hair from a beautiful girl.
Beautiful?
Number 7. Power Girl. Supergirl isn't the only Kara Zor-El out there in the DC universe. There's also Power Girl, an alternate universe iteration of the character with a couple of notable differences.
Mr. President, can I talk to you? It's really important.
Artist Wally Wood definitely utilizes his history working with more adult-oriented comics when it came to designing Power Girl. The size of her bust is frankly ridiculous, a grand example of old-school exploitation at its finest. Meanwhile, the peekaboo window of Power Girl's leotard actually draws attention to this fact, likely making it difficult for anyone with the post to maintain eye contact with the superhero. Does this detract or undermine Power Girl's effectiveness as a hero? We don't think so, although it remains a definite point of conversation.
I'm close enough right here, and he's not really that much of a boy, you know? He's 13.
Number 6. Starfire. There's a discussion to be had when it comes to the evolution of costumes and superhero gear over the years. The male gaze likely had a huge influence over the desire to depict Starfire in a space bikini back in her 1980s heyday.
I did not see that coming.
Thank you. I am Coriander of Tamarin. Our kind can learn language from the act of kissing.
Useful.
That said, we don't think for a minute that the comparatively more modest and practical applications of Starfire's outfits diminish her appeal or beauty. Modern-day renderings of this interstellar hero instead allow Starfire's radiant appeal to shine through beyond revealing outfits or prurient pandering. Instead, her contemporary legacy balances this character in a way that makes Starfire feel timeless.
So you've told me.
Speaking of fun, the old room looks great. You know, Corey, you and I could just...
Fun!
What?
That's it! That's what we need!
What who needs?
Oh, you're so smart. Thanks, Dick.
Number 5. Zatana. It's an old-school era of vintage illusionists and magicians that helps bolster the enduring allure of one Zatana Zatara.
You were assuming they were real in the first place. How are you, Bruce?
The updated mixture of mesh tights and leather boots, combined with the classically cool top hat and tails, makes Zatana impossible to resist. Meanwhile, the character's confidence as a performer, both on and off the stage, makes it easy for us to believe that Zatana just seems to know what kind of outfits work the proper magic. Zatara doesn't need to pull a rabbit out of her hat for us to fall in love. She can work her spell on us any day of the week.
You're not as furry, but you're just as cute.
Number 4. Harley Quinn. It's pretty wild to research the meteoric rise of Harley Quinn as one of DC's most popular characters.
Say hello to your new, improved Harley Quinn!
This goes double for the fact that she was created for Batman the Animated Series as opposed to debuting within the pages of a comic book. Harley has captured the imaginations of millions since that debut, however. A total wild card that's impossible to resist and impossible to tame. This is juxtaposed against her eternal orbit with the Joker, since she's usually either depicted as tethered to his side or free from his control. This push and pull narrative makes Harley Quinn compelling, while her manic charm dares anyone and everyone to try their luck at love.
Yay! For Ivy.
Still yay!
And then we never want to see you again, all right?
Less yay, but more yay than I had this morning.
Number 3, Poison Ivy.
Good kitty. How would you say it? Perfect. Say it for me, kitty. Say perfect.
There have been a lot of femme fatales within the Batman universe. This sort of makes sense too, since this archetype is a constant when it comes to the hard-boiled detective stories and film noirs that make up the Caped Crusaders' DNA. Poison Ivy stands among the very elite of this standard, a leggy seductress that can make anybody fall to their knees in worship. Granted, Ivy's ability to utilize pheromones to alter the mind helps in this regard, but one look at her is enough for us to know that we need little prodding. The red hair, the stunning figure, and that dazzling one-piece outfit pretty much leave us speechless every time.
No, I mean, I like Takashi's hand rolls as much as the next gal, but don't you think it's time to kind of like wrap this party up? You know, it's been 3 weeks since you took down Joker. There's no Legion of Doom, no Batman. Gotham is yours for the taking.
Number 2, Wonder Woman. The design of DC Comics' resident and reigning queen has changed very little since her debut back in the 1940s. Dark hair and strong features are a constant of Wonder Woman, as is a red, white, and blue color scheme. It was actress Linda Carter's generational beauty that helped solidify the Wonder Woman look for the 1970s. This look became somewhat synonymous with the character, a statuesque vision of femininity combined with strength and grace under pressure. Wonder Woman feels almost unapproachable in this regard, an idealized beauty for the ages. Meanwhile, her boots, bracers, and lasso deviously tie into the character's BDSM origins with regards to her creator William Moulton Marston, his wife Elizabeth, and their polyamorous partner Olive Byrne.
Of course, that's not the only important thing.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Catwoman.
Well, I'd like to think our relationship isn't just restricted to saving each other from freaks and weirdos, and that maybe we'd have a place for each other without Gotham, without the freaks, maybe without masks.
It takes a lot of athletic skill to be a cat burglar, but only one DC Comics character does this job with the sex appeal of Selena Kyle. Maybe it's the skin-tight costume, leather or otherwise, or perhaps it's Kyle's moral ambiguity. But Catwoman is difficult to resist. Her conflicting alliances and vacillation between hero and villain make her character interesting, while her smarts and strength make her impossibly sexy. Catwoman has been drawn great over the years, and portrayed great too, particularly by Michelle Pfeiffer in Tim Burton's Batman Returns. This pick is just kind of a no-brainer. Meow.
So, what now?
Oh, I can think of a few things.
Where do you think the line is between admiration and objectification? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.
Almost got him.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.